Ladies and gents, kids can be adventurous. You had someone come up here, just look at the bottom. If we had a fear of heights, I genuinely cannot look towards the bottom because I have that fear instilled in me. But at a young age, fear is just another concept for these kids. They don't really understand fear until they grow up. So while protecting these children, ensuring that they are not in harm's way, you should also let them be little daring. Let them take those risks just a little bit in a very controlled environment so that they understand what sort of talents they have, what sort of an adventurous heart they might have. Because the young lad who was just here looking down could be a great climber for all we know. He could be breaking records of bungee jumping sometimes. It's possible, it can happen. When I was small, my teachers would often complain to my parents, this one will not keep quiet. Well, I now make a living out of it. That's a good thing. I think I've done all right for myself. So like that, ladies and gentlemen, all I'm asking is, let your children have risks, but please keep it at a controlled environment so that they do not get harmed, yet they understand what they should not be doing. The start of which comes from home, but the continuation of it starts from school, starts from pre-grade, starts from kindergarten. Teachers are the individuals who ensure that these children understand these concepts, because you must give it up to them, ladies and gentlemen. The teachers stay with their children way less than the time that they spend with these kids. They're here Monday to Friday, hours upon hours upon hours, ensuring that these kids not only understand the education that it's been poured to them, but also ensures that they have fun. Because as parents, the minute they start to miss you, all havoc goes loose. They will not stay in one place. If a student is very satisfied, very happy with their parents, and also with their teachers, that means that they feel loved, that they feel safe. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's now hear it from one of the teachers who ensure that these kids have a very nurturing environment from their place of study. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the branch manager of Happy Kids, Ms. Sapna Tharushi.
Good afternoon, respected Chairman, sir, Principal, honorable guests, teachers, parents, and my dear kids. Today, I would like to speak about the importance of English and the best age to learn it. English is not only a subject in school, it is a global language which opens doors to education, travel, careers, and global experiences. It helps us to connect with people all around the world, and it gives many more experiences in life. Childhood is the golden age to learn a language. They can easily absorb sounds, accents, and new words quickly. They learn through songs, stories, games, and conversations. Their minds are active and ready to learn, and they are not afraid to speak or make mistakes. As we grow older, learning becomes a little bit difficult. Adults often feel shy or fear making mistakes, which makes learning slower. But we should remember that mistakes are a part of learning. Every mistake helps us to improve and grow. A child's accent and fluency can change naturally based on their environment, teachers, songs, and friends. When children are surrounded by English, they learn it naturally and confidently. When they can use English daily or hear English daily, they will become more confident speakers even without realizing it. English ability creates more opportunities, and it helps children to grow into more confident and capable individuals. They can dream bigger and achieve more in life. In Sri Lanka, many people studied English for many years, but they cannot speak fluently. This is not because they are weak, but because they did not get enough chances to speak English. So let's encourage our children to practice English daily and speak without fear. As teachers and parents, it is our duty to create a supportive environment for them. Let's celebrate the power of English and continue to grow together to English. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much, Miss Sapna Tharshi. Like she mentioned, us adults sometimes, even if it's not just English, if it's a different language, we are often laid back. We try not to speak on it. Why? Because we are worried that someone will laugh at our mistakes. However, for children, that is not the case. They do not understand this concept of, oh my God, I did something wrong, someone will laugh at me. No, 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 no. They are on the path of learning. They do not care who laughs at them. They do not even look at whoever who looks at them back. What they think about is themselves, how they will improve in their young minds. So like Miss said, ensure that your children have the necessary nurturing environment at home, taking from school, pouring it back at home to ensure that this language of English is naturally flowing. I'll tell you one story. My grandparents did not know a word of English, I swear. My parents, on the other hand, were the first generation of individuals who learned English. My father learned it through his university, not at school, not at Montessori, not even from his peers, but from the university. Thereafter, he decided to teach my mom. They were married at this point. And then she learned English. When me and my sister came along, we had one rule. Always, whatever you watch, it has to be in English. Simple. And then my grandparents found it a bit difficult to communicate with us. Oh my God, my grandchildren are speaking in English. They don't speak a word in Sinhala. And then my parents made sure, look, if you want your grandchildren to understand you, you also speak in English. And guess what? Now my grandparents also speak in English. But here's the thing. This is not to say that you should devalue your mother tongue. That's not what we're saying. Sinhala, Tamil, they're beautiful languages. That's who we are. That's who represents us. But here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, not a majority of the world population understands our beautiful languages. They communicate in English. So from home, as parents, as guardians, it's often told to ensure that your child has a well-balanced diet of both your mother tongue and also in English, so that they think in their mother tongue and then they put it out in English, so that the world will understand how beautiful our languages are, how beautifully we think as individuals, how beautifully we as Sri Lankans enunciate to our entire world. I hope I got the message across, because sometimes often people assume, okay, when we say speak in English, we're downgrading our languages. That is not the case. So ensure that the learning does not stop at school, but also is carried forward back at home. Now, with that lengthy monologue from my end, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to move in to a more laid-back act for you, presented by your wonderful children. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome once again the beautiful kids of Happy Kids Education, presenting to you a dance representing Kindergarten 2 from the Pearl branch.
First things first, I'ma say all the words inside my head. I'm fired up and tired of the way that things have been. Oh, ooh, the way that things have been. Oh, ooh. Second thing, second, don't you tell me what you think that I can be. I'm the one at the sail, I'm the master of my sea. Oh, ooh, the master of my sea. Oh, I was broken from a young age, taking my soak into the masses, writing my poems for the few that look at me, took to me, shook at me, feeling me, singing from heartache, from the pain, taking my message from the veins, speaking my lesson from the brain, seeing the beauty through the... Hey, you make me up, you make me a believer, believer. Hey, you make me up, you make me a believer. Has turned your spirit to a dove. Oh, ooh, your spirit up above. Oh, ooh. I was choking in the crowd, building my brain up in the cloud, falling like ashes to the ground, hoping my feelings they would drown, but they never did. Ever lived, ebbing and flowing, inhibited, limited, till it broke up when it rained down. It rained down like. flames. You're the face of the future, the blood in my veins. Oh, ooh, the blood in my veins. Oh, ooh. But they never did, ever lived, ebbing and flowing, inhibited, limited, till it broke up when it rained down. It rained down like.
Also, can we also have a round of applause to the beautiful teachers pushing these kids to do the best and also protecting them so that they won't fall off the stage. A round of applause for the teachers at the backstage. A round of applause for the teachers all the way at the corner, ensuring that the kids do the correct steps. You see, parents, it's a combined effort. These teachers pour in their hearts and souls to ensure that these kids have fun and also to ensure that you have fun seeing your kids up on stage. Now, up next, ladies and gentlemen, we have two speeches coming in. I'm going to give you an introduction to the very first speech that'll be on this stage. Now, ladies and gents, next is a speech about my school. It'll be presented by the Platinum Branch. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause to Heshala Sasnari.
Hello everyone, my name is Heshala Sasnari. Today I am going to talk about my school. My school name is Happy Kid Montessori. I love my school because it is fun and happy. I learn letters, numbers and so on. I would play with my friends. My teachers help me every day. I love my school like my second home. Thank you.
One more time, ladies and gentlemen, to Heshala Sasnari. Now, similar to what Heshara said, school has to be second home. And these teachers and, of course, the sirs, of course, their mothers and fathers at their school. And that's the education that they carry forward to the rest of their life. Now, from my school, we move in to myself. A very important speech, I should say myself. Of course, oftentimes, I'm pretty sure everybody in the audience would have definitely had to recite this speech at school. Am I wrong? At school, do you remember the excruciating time you had to come up on stage like, "Hi, my name is so-and-so." Well, your kids are going to do it now. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Sasmita representing the Pearl Branch.
Myself, my name is Manuda Sasmita. I am 5 years old. I go to Happy Kids School. I love to learn new things every day. I enjoy playing with my friends. My favorite time is when we sing and dance in class. Thank you.
Sincere apologies. It's not Sasmita, it's Manula Sasmita. Can we please have a round of applause, ladies and gents? Now, from my school to myself, we are going to go on to One Little Finger. Up next is an action dance item presented by the beautiful kids of Happy Kids Montessori, specifically from Kindergarten 1 of the Pearl Branch. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause. This is One Little Finger.
One little finger, one little finger, one little finger, tap, tap, tap. Point your finger up, point your finger down, put it on your head, head. One little finger, one little finger, one little finger, tap, tap, tap. Point your finger up, point your finger down, put it on your nose, nose. One little finger, one little finger, one little finger, tap, tap, tap. Point your finger up, point your finger down, put it on your chin, chin. One little finger, one little finger, one little finger, tap, tap, tap. Point your finger up, point your finger down, put it on your arm, arm. One little finger, one little finger, one little finger, tap, tap, tap. Point your finger up, point your finger down, put it on your leg, leg. One little finger, one little finger, one little finger, tap, tap, tap. Point your finger up, point your finger down, put it on your foot, foot. Put it on your leg, leg. Put it on your arm, arm. Put it on your chin, chin. Put it on your nose, nose. Put it on your head, head. Now let's wave goodbye, goodbye.
As adults, I'm pretty sure what the pointer finger could impact your life. You know, you're able to point, you're able to command, you're able to scold. That is why, ladies and gentlemen, oftentimes, I'm pretty sure when we were all young, we were always asked never to do this. Because it gives you a command. You're like, no. And that's why when your mother or your father or your teacher says no, you get scared. Because you know what their finger does. And it's important to understand and to teach how these actions, how these gestures can be used for good. Similar to what you saw. The pointer can be used to showcase different body parts. A pointer can also be used to point something on screen to an educational material. A pointer can be used to point something out that might be wrong in society, which you can easily correct. The point of the matter is that every single thing that your child does can be corrected. Along with that, you can learn something from that as well. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we move in to another action song under the title of I Am the Music Man, presented to you by Pearl Branch Kindergarten 2.
I am the music man. I come from far away and I can play.
What can you play?
I play the piano. Piano, piano, piano. Piano. I am the music man. I come from far away and I can play.
What can you play?
I play the violin. Violin, violin, violin. Violin, violin. Piano, piano, piano. Piano. I am the music man. I come from far away and I can play.
What can you play?
I play the saxophone. 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 Violin. Piano. I am the music man. I come from far away and I can play.
What can you play?
I play the big bass drum. 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 Saxophone. Saxophone. Violin. Piano. I am the music man. I come from far away and I can play.
What can you play?
Well, I can play everything. And here we go. Hit it! Play that.
Now, the reason, ladies and gentlemen, I keep asking you all to give 2 rounds of applause is that these kids, in their minds, appreciation goes a very long way. Even as adults, we love to be appreciated, be it at home, be it at work, be it with our peers. If someone says something good about you, to say, good job, you've done an amazing thing, we're all appreciated. Similarly, as it makes us feel good, kids often also feel amazing. Not right now, they do not understand what's going on right now. But after a couple of years, they realize, wow, I was on stage, I was dancing my heart out, and the audience clapped for me. If I can do that, I do have the confidence to do greater things in life. And thereafter, ladies and gentlemen, for every other act, be it for teachers' speeches or anything involving our teachers, please do give them 2 rounds of applause. Please. Thank you so much for that. Now, of course, ladies and gentlemen, the reason as to why I said when teachers also come and speak, give them 2 rounds of applause, is because if you've been in the field of early childhood education, you will know how difficult it is. Now, moms themselves know how difficult it is to wake these kids up, to dress these kids up, to wash these kids up, get them to bed soon, not let them have too much TV time. That effort itself gets another round of applause. So a round of applause for all of you wonderful people as well. A round of applause from you to you. Please, a round of applause. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to hear once again from one of our wonderful teachers here at Happy Kids Education, Happy Kids Montessori, please welcome Ms. Hirasa Hijaz, branch coordinator of Happy Kids.
What children can do with assistance today, they can do by themselves tomorrow. Live with Godsky. A very good afternoon, everyone. I would like to begin with this powerful idea from Vygotsky because it captures exactly why our role as a teachers and the support of parents is so important. Children grow best when they feel guided, encouraged, and supported. And that is what we do every day in our classrooms. Let me share briefly how we support our students in their English learning journey and what the role of a teacher truly means in this process. We motivate our children by learning meaningful and enjoyable. We use fun activities, storytelling, songs, we praise, and plenty of conversation. We give children chances to speak without fear of making mistakes because confidence grows only when they feel safe to express themselves. When students enjoy the learning experience, their progress becomes natural and long-lasting. Do you know that a good English teacher needs more than just language knowledge? We must be patient, creative, supportive, and understanding. We know every child learns at a different pace, and our job is to support them with encouragement, not pressure. Creating a warm and safe classroom environment helps children feel valued, respected, and confident to try. Remember, mistakes are not failures, and they are part of learning. Although our first language is Sinhala, and you should know that Sinhala speaking teachers can teach English very well, effectively when they train well, just like foreigners would need Sinhala teachers to learn Sinhala. Our children can also learn English successfully through well-trained local teachers who use the right methods and techniques. Because remember, language teaching is not about where you are from. Is it about how well you teach? And also, it's crucial to understand the importance of parents' role as well. Parents play an equal important role before a child develops full confidence in English. Parents should try to understand the basic and provide simplest support to them. Even a small effort like listening to the child, encouraging them, reading together, or practicing words make a big difference. So, To conclude this speech, I must say learning English is shared responsibility. Parents, teachers, and students are three parts of the same foundation. When we work together with patience and consistency, we help children build strong, lifelong confidence in English language. And that is true success of education, helping a child believe I can do this. Thank you.
Indeed, Ms. Arasa, learning a language is a three-part commitment, from teachers to parents to students. Simply take it this way. Forget that we're learning English. Chakkare kiyala dena kiyan lamayata. We're learning it at school. Your teacher is like, okay, 2 times 2 is 4. Parents, 2 times 3 is 6. Similarly, they don't stop learning maths at school, do they? Do they stop learning maths at school? No. You bring them home. You have this huge poster with like 1 times all the way up to 12 times. And you make sure, look, on this day we are going to learn from 1 to 4. And then on this day from 5 to 8. And thereafter, you do that. I know that because my grandfather taught me the chakkare. So I know you do that. You should do that. Similarly, apply the same concept for languages. Not just English, for languages as a whole. Be it for English, be it for Sinhala, be it for Tamil, be it for French, whatever. The whole concept is that sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, we give importance to every other subject but language. We find science, mathematics as important subjects that a student should have in their mind, which is true. It is true. We need those languages, these subjects to survive in this world. But similarly, languages are important because how are you going to communicate what you learned if you don't know how? So like you teach your child mathematics or science, prompt them, push them a little bit to also absorb English from home at home. Simply naming kitchen appliances in English, asking to communicate with you in English, having a simple good morning or hello in the morning, good night at night. Simple things. They find it very easy for their vocabulary to understand and they absorb it. Now, going back to the wonderful kids of yours who have taken the very first step in understanding the language that is English and have begun practicing English, let's move in to another poem performed by the students of Kindergarten 2 representing the Platinum, Pearl and Emerald branches. Ladies and gentlemen, with a warm round of applause, please welcome the students to perform Funny Bunny and I Wish. All right, so those were the kids from Kindergarten 2, Platinum, Pearl, and Emerald branches. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, we have a speech. We've covered myself, we've covered my school, we've covered Visit My Country. Up now is about our kids' almost favorite best friends, about animals. So ladies and gentlemen, with a round of applause, please applaud and welcome our next speech on stage titled Animal Talk.
Hello everyone, I'm a panda, soft and fluffy. I'm living in bamboo forest. I'm eating bamboo all day long. I'm happiest when I'm resting or playing. Thank you. I am a lion, known as the king of the jungle. I am strong and brave. I am rolling loudly to show my power. I am leaving my family in a group called a fright. I am proud king. Thank you. Zebra. I am a zebra with black and white stripes. I'm running quickly on the grassland. I'm staying close to my head. I'm using my stripes to stay safe from the danger. I'm special because no zebra has stripes like mine. Thank you. I am a penguin who lives in a very cold place. I am walking in a funny way with my short legs. I am swimming really fast in the icy water. I am keeping warm by staying close to my friends. I am sliding on the ice because it's fun. Thank you. Elephant. I am an elephant, the biggest animal on land. I am using my long trunk to eat, drink, and play. I am gentle and kind to my friend. Thank you. Monkey. I am a monkey who likes to jump and swing. I live in high up in the trees. I'm always playing with my friends. I'm eating banana and other tasty foods. I'm quick and full of fun. Thank you.
I think we all learned a little bit more about our wild friends. Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for the beautiful kids coming over to talk about their favorite animals. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk a little bit about ALTEC, the academy, the institution that ensure that these kids have the confidence in collaboration with Happy Kids Education. Now, ALTEC has been in existence for more than 25 odd years. And not only do they provide services for these young buds, but they also build up budding professionals. Professionals to teachers, to your everyday nuances of English, they do it all. And their whole target, their vision is to empower individuals, ensure that their confidence is up high and that they can face a world as a force to be reckoned with. Now, there's one lady behind the entire day principle of ALTEC. The individual who decided to one day ensure that the knowledge that she has been given off to everyone around her, that she is able to nurture all minds alike and bring them in to the beautiful language that is English. With her experience, with her knowledge, she has spread her wings across many, many areas all across Sri Lanka and hopefully spreading, of course, worldwide as well, bring in certification courses and also licensure courses, ensuring that the teachers, students, and young budding professionals are at their optimum when it comes to both spoken and written English. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the wonderful founder, the executive founder and director of ALTEC, Mrs. Charmaine Patterson, our guest of honor for this evening to speak a few words. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause to Mrs. Charmaine Patterson.
Distinguished guests, proud parents, and our most outstanding students. Actually, I wrote a whole lot to talk today, but then again, our compere, as well as our teachers, spoke quite a lot that I was supposed to be talking today. And I must say, the confidence that our compere has is something that I really want to implement in our country. So, first of all, I would like to say how I met Piyumi, Miss Piyumi, as well as Miss Nuska, when I was educating myself in the UK. So I must be grateful for my team, first of all, for finding Happy Kids about 1.5 years ago when I was educating myself in the UK. So it was my daughter who found Happy Kids on social media, and then my daughter said, "Mama, they are doing a wonderful job in Sri Lanka, and I think you should reach to them." So, with my studies and with my commitments in the UK, I managed to reach through my office team to Miss Piumi first. And then Miss Piumi guided me to Nuska, and ever since then, I have been guiding those teachers. And first of all, I must say something that I really appreciate. They didn't want to start elocution before they were updated, before they got the knowledge of elocution. So that I must greatly appreciate, because now in Sri Lanka, if you see, it's all business minded. They just want money and they just want to teach whatever they get to know. But these team of teachers came on Zoom when I was in the UK, and practically sometimes twice a week, 3 times a week, twice a month, right? They used to call and ask me, when is the next session? When is the next session? And I used to guide them and train them. And they took the challenge after a few months, educating themselves what elocution is, and then started on their own. So that is something that I greatly appreciate. Teachers getting to know their weaknesses and their weak points, and they get them self-knowledge first before they teach the students. So my story is going to be very short because you all heard a lot from the compere, like I said, and the teachers. So the difference I want to tell you is what is English and what is elocution. So I was really proud to see this banner here, because when I first started with Happy Kids, the teachers were not quite aware the difference between what is teaching just English and what is the difference of elocution. So the difference of elocution is, first of all, we teach the child to speak English with an accent. And as you know, in our schools, we do only writing. From grade 1 to grade 11, our students get an opportunity of writing. And like our speaker said, the environment she got from home, from her parents, the same environment I gave my 2 daughters, and they are somewhere today because of English. And I also admire how she said that you should not forget your mother tongue, your mother language, Sinhalese and Tamil, because we use Sinhalese only in Sri Lanka. So we should value it and know why we need English, the value of English, and then learn, and then know the differences. Because we have pronunciation problems when our mother tongue is Sinhalese, we have pronunciation problems in speaking in English. So that is why elocution is important, because first you get the knowledge of listening to the skill, and then you get an opportunity of speaking. Because our students, they don't have that environment, sadly, in our schools. From grade 1 to grade 11, they write in English, and A-levels, they do nothing. And then after their A-levels, they're supposed to go for an interview to face in English, which is very sad. So you have taken a proper choice, a good choice, in starting early. And why is it important to start early? I think, I don't know if she has done a preschool or whatever course, our compere, and most of the teachers said, the preschool education is the foundation. So as you know, in a building, if the foundation is not laid properly, later on, you know, there will be cracks on the wall and the building won't be strong. So choosing a proper preschool, choosing a proper Montessori is the first thing as a parent that you should do. And that takes a very long way. So you have taken a good choice in choosing Happy Kids, and they do a wonderful job. Because I work with the teachers, I know. So my duty is to train the teachers. And when I saw these kids performing, I was proud that I have done a wonderful job. So I'm taking the credit first. I have done a wonderful job with the teachers, because they have put their effort with their kids, and the kids took that confidence to come on stage and perform. So long story short, I'm congratulating all our dear students, because we had our exams most probably in October. Yes, in October, the practicals and the written exams, we came personally to the Happy Kids School and we examined, and they have achieved very well. So congratulating the parents, the teachers, as well as the students to grow more and more and to have that confidence to come on stage and to speak English effectively. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Shamin Patterson, the founder and the director of ALTEC. Now, as she mentioned, there was a lot that we need to get into celebrating because the kids have gone through examinations, they've done with their practicals, they performed so good here, right on stage, right in front of you. Now it's time for us to appreciate them a little bit more. And to do so, I would like to cordially invite Mrs. Shamin Patterson, the founder and directress of ALTEC, alongside Ms. Shamin Jarwardana, the director of administration at ALTEC, to join us on stage as your voting party as we award the wonderful tots that you saw just now. A round of applause for the two wonderful dignitaries.